Hello, fellow high vibrationers, and welcome back to Zen Dragon Healing's YouTube channel. Today I'm out here in one of my favorite meditation spots. Not a well-known spot, which is great because I can spend hours out here sometimes without being disturbed by anything other than the occasional boat on the river or set of jet skiers. There's kind of a hidden path that leads back here, goes through the woods along the river here, and ends up right here at this dock. And this place is really near and dear to me. It is one of a few places where I've had just numerous profound awakening and awareness experiences. I'd like to talk with you all about one of those experiences today. An experience that I'd had right here in this very spot many years ago when I had brought one of my proteges out here for a meditation session, and something that we had talked about had sparked some contemplation, which I had taken in meditation, which brought a sort of different awareness, a sort of different awakening to me, one that I would like to share with the world if you would have it. Now, growing up, and I'm not alone in this, I'm sure I've spoken with many people about this over the years, I was inundated with the idea that life is hard, that the world is unfair, that we have to work really hard to get what we want out of life. And for many years, I had operated under this idea that life is hard, that life is not fair. Now, first of all, it is fair to say there is inequality in the world. There is absolutely inequality in the world. But I think what's more important than recognizing there's inequality in the world is that we live in a universe of causality. Basically, this is a law of the physical world that we know, that we observe, and that is, for every action there is an opposite or equal reaction. The same holds true with our lives. Albeit there is inequality in the world, those who create that inequality are subject to the same laws that the rest of us are. That for every action there is an equal or opposite reaction. So you see, there's really nothing more fair than the laws of the universe. In other words, what we put out is what we get back. Now, I work with a lot of people over the years, and I've heard a lot of, I'm trying my best, I'm doing my best, and I'm just not getting what I want out of life, and it's just not fair. I think that might be a half-truth. I believe a lot of people out there really are doing their best, they're putting their full into the world, and they're not getting back out of it what it is that they're trying to, And I had suffered along these lines for many, many years. For the last decade, I would say. I can't say that. I haven't been able to say that life has been a struggle, that life has been unfair, that I'm trying my best and I'm not getting what I want out of it. See, the truth is, albeit we may be trying our best, and again, there may be some inequality in the world, I believe the real problem is that life isn't unfair. The real problem is that we're making ill-informed decisions. And this is one of the reasons why I press on meditation so hard. Why I encourage meditation so hard. Because one of the side effects of meditating as a practice, and I've said this 1,000 times, I'll say it 1,000 more, twice a day, 5 to 7 minutes a day of silent meditation, once in the morning when we wake up, once in the evening before bed, is that it improves intuition. Now, the problem, I believe, with us not getting what it is that we want out of life, with having this experience that life is unfair, that we're trying our best and we're working our hardest and just not getting anywhere, is that we're not following our intuition. Another thing is look at our thoughts. How are we thinking? Are our thought processes along the lines of negativity? Are we focused on all that we don't have? Are we focusing on what we don't have, or are we focusing on what we want and recognizing the abundance that we already experience? Now, sometimes I'll get caught up in this mindset, of lack, not experiencing abundance. I try not to stay in that for very long. It's real simple to break out of it. It's really easy, you know, and coming to places like this really helps to remind me. As soon as I set foot on that trail, I'm overwhelmed with a sense of gratitude. I start to connect with nature. I look around and I observe all the abundance that the universe has created for us, and it takes me out of and away from that egoic mindset of unfairness, of inequality, of lacking. It brings my awareness into abundance. See, we can't create abundance. We can't create the life we want from a mindset of lacking, from a mindset of inequality and unfairness. Again, acknowledge that these things do in fact exist, but what we put in is what we get out. So if you're putting all that you've got in, if you're working your hardest, if you're trying your best and you're not getting out of life what you want, I think the problem might be ill-informed decisions. See, because the universe reacts to us. The universe reacts to every one of our actions. The universe reacts to every one of our thoughts. Maybe we're not taking the appropriate actions that are going to yield the results that we desire. Maybe it's because we have a hard time seeing the big picture. Maybe it's because we don't realize the effect that every single decision that we make is going to have on our lives, on the lives of the people around us, on the world, and even the universe. You see, we believe that every thought echoes through all of eternity. Think about what you're thinking about. If you're not getting your way in life, take a look at your thought processes. Take a look at your mindset. Do you have an egoic me, I don't have, I want kind of mindset? If so, you're expressing lack to the universe. You're going to receive lack from the universe. It's important to meditate, to raise our awareness, to raise our level of awakenedness, to draw our awareness towards abundance, towards all that is good, towards all that is right and fair and just, to draw our awareness out of that egoic mindset of I don't have enough, I'm not getting my way, life is not fair. We have to put an end to this kind of thinking if we're going to enjoy a life of abundance. And here's how. I was speaking with a friend earlier today, and we were talking about bad things happening in our lives. Well, bad things don't really happen in our lives. See, we make decisions which bear consequences. We make decisions which put us into a place and a time where we experience adversity. And I believe that adversity can be avoided. I believe adversity can also be used for the greater good. You know, that we can take lessons away from adversity. But I truly believe that adversity can be avoided with a proper mindset, with a proper connection to source, to the universal consciousness. I believe that we can receive guidance from the universal consciousness, and we can live a life that is easier, that is filled with abundance, that is not lacking, that is not unfair. That requires us to do something. It requires us to raise our vibration. It requires us to increase our awareness. It requires us to get out of an egoic mindset. Again, this is one of the many reasons why we think that silent meditation is so important. Twice a day, at least, as a practice. Throughout the day, when we find ourselves disturbed, upset, or bothered by the little atrocities that occur, someone cutting us off in traffic, us not getting that raise that we feel that we deserve, someone giving us a dirty look. These are times when we need to step back, take a moment, focus on our breath, realign our thoughts and our energy, and stay in a positive mindset, stay in a positive focus. So when things aren't going the way that I expect them to go, when I'm not getting the results out of life that I feel like my actions should be getting, I like to ask why. Not in a poor me sense, not in a why is this happening to me sense, but why am I going through this? I want to take these questions into my silent meditation. We can get answers. The universe will provide answers for every single question that we throw out there to it if we're willing to receive the answers, if we're able to quiet the egoic mind enough to hear. The universal consciousness speaks quietly, it speaks softly. We have to achieve perfect inner stillness to hear it. And it's possible for anybody. If it's something that you struggle with, refer to my second video on achieving inner stillness and quiet, video number 2. Refer to that if you're struggling with achieving that inner peace and quiet, because this is fundamentally important to our lives, to be able to quiet ourselves. So I ask why, and not just why am I going through this, not just why is this happening, but also we have to have the understanding that it's happening because of decisions that we make in our lives, that we are getting the results that our decisions call for. So we can get answers to these whys. We can correct our mistakes, we can learn our lessons, we can move forward. But also, why am I feeling this way about this adversity? Why am I disturbed by what's going on in the world? This is an important question, because then this brings us into a state where we can prepare ourselves for emotional healing, where we can grow into a mindset that isn't so violently responsive to adversity, which is important. Because if something that happens outside of us is disturbing us inwardly, taking us out of that peaceful mindset, that mindset of abundance, that mindset of fairness and equality, then again, our thoughts are going to create a life that we're not happy with. So it's important to ask these questions. It's important to take why into our meditation. It's important to receive answers. And you know what's even better is when I get answers to these whys that I pose to the universe, I ask more questions. I dig deeper. I want to get to the bottom of it. If there's a problem inside of me, I can't deal with the problem until I know what its root is. So I encourage each and every one of you to start asking why. Not in a poor me sense, in the sense of wanting actual answers, in the sense of wanting to make an actual change, and the way we think, the way we feel, the actions that we take, what we put into the universe. Remember, the universe runs on the law of causality. The universe responds to us. When bad shit's happening in your life, stop and ask why. What have I done? What decisions have I made that have brought me to this point? We need to escape the victim mentality, because something that happens when we're victims is we continue to be victimized. We continue to place blame, we continue to place fault. Let's stop placing blame, let's stop placing fault. Let's take responsibility. We take responsibility. Understand that all of our problems are of our own making. That's a wonderful promise. If I understand that all of my problems are of my own making, then it's as simple as I need to stop making them. And it's possible, it's absolutely possible, to cultivate a positive mindset, a mindset of abundance, a mindset of fairness and equality, to not look at what someone else has with envy or with jealousy, or to worry that I'm not going to get my fair share, but to put out into the universe what it is that I want, to step out of a selfish, egoic mindset, and to cultivate positivity, and to view all the abundance, and to recognize all the abundance in the world around me, and to realize that as a child of the living universe, I'm an heir to this abundance. You are an heir to this abundance as well. So start working. Make silent meditation part of your daily practice. Be consistent. Question yourself, question your motives, question your thoughts, question your actions. Align with the universal consciousness. Improve your intuition, improve your awareness, raise your vibration, and start living the life that you truly desire. And of course, you can always reach out to us. I can be found facebook.com/myzendragon. Send me a message, ask questions. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And of course, I can always make myself available for one-on-one consultation. If you're interested in some energetic and emotional healing, if you're interested in tapping into the root of your issues and cleaning yourself out and developing a life of love and abundance, joy and peace, please don't hesitate to reach out.